Hey folks, this is Jake Davis, starting a series of videos for you tonight. 2 years ago, I did a series of videos called Bond by Bond, where I covered each and every single actor to play James Bond 007, celebrating their eras. As a lifelong fan of the character and of the franchise, it was a really fun thing to do. And at the end of doing that, I had definitely decided to myself that I'm totally going to do one for Batman. So this will be the first of 8 videos covering the Batman films, the Batman actors. Um, um, all building up, of course, to a brand new Batman movie coming out in just a little over 6 weeks, with starring a brand new Batman actor. I've done lots of stuff about Batman over the years. I did my top 5 Batman videos back in September, top 5 Batman movies. I also did um 3 different retro reviews for Batman films with Batman, The Dark Knight, and Mask of the Phantasm. I'm a big Batman fan. He's my favorite character. It's my favorite stuff. It's a big part of what got me into movies and comics and old films and stuff like that. So, what are my rules for this? I'm going to one video for each Batman. And I'm only going to be talking about the actors who played him exclusively in the format of live action on the big screen. Nothing like not gonna do the kid from Gotham or the little boy in Joker. Not gonna do, going to TV shows of any kind or goddamn Broadway or voice work. So let's just get away out here. Yes, Kevin Conroy is great. We all love Kevin Conroy. He's the epitome. He is maybe the perfect Batman, but he never played him live action. And if you've ever seen this son of a bitch, nor should he have ever played him live action. He's a lanky fucker. So, and I'm basically just going to talk about each Batman's. It's going to be more and more elaborate as it goes down because there's not a lot to talk about in these first 2 videos. Mainly talk about the era, the gimmicks, the suits, gadgets, and of course gimmicks, because every movie they all have their gimmicks, and the other thing, villains, the babes, all that stuff. So right off the bat, we'll talk about Lewis Wilson. Lewis Wilson was the first actor to ever play Batman. Played Batman in 1943 in Columbia Pictures' serial Batman. This was a 15-part serial. Clocks in around about 4 hours and 20 minutes. Nice. And it's World War II propaganda. There's really no getting around it. If it's if you're expecting Batman to have an origin story, the Joker, this kind of no, it's none of that. It's just Batman and Robin fighting American traitors, spies, working for the Axis powers, mainly Japan, all run by J. Carroll Nash, who's an evil. I won't say his name is Dr. Daka or Daka, something like that, and he's he's a Japanese spy here. Basically, wants to develop weapons like vaporizing laser guns for the Nazis and Japanese use on the Allied powers, and Batman and Robin got to foil his plan at every turn. J. Carroll Nash, who would get an Oscar nomination this year, but definitely not for this, it's a serial, they didn't qualify for Oscars. He would be nominated for an Oscar for this, and another one a few years later. Not for this, but this year, but another one a few years later. Basically, spends the entire serial talking into a microphone, giving guys orders. Like I said, Robin is in this, and Alfred is in this. Robin's played by Douglas Croft, and Alfred's played by William Austin. By the way, this serial was directed by Lambert Hillier. And the main babe is Shirley Patterson's character, Lena Page, who basically is trying to track down her father, who's a scientist and has been kidnapped by the bad guys, and forced into making the weapons. And there's also like this weird thing going on with Nash is able to brainwash people, basically turning them into big, super strong zombies. I mean, it is far from being the best Batman interpretation. It's far from being the best Batman anything, and it's a weird way for the character to be introduced into live action. But it is what it is. And serials themselves are just a fascinating medium to me personally. Uh, I mean, you'd go watch a short little 15-minute action episode, and get your cartoon, your newsreel, and you're watching a movie. Hell, I've genuinely recreated the sensation many, many, many times over the years with my family. It's always something I've really enjoyed, that kind of era and stuff like that. Looking back on it, it's just completely different type of film going experience. That always really fascinated me. And as far as the serial medium it goes, I mean, yeah, sure, it wasn't gonna last, but it's hard to imagine action film franchises or action TV shows playing out the way they did without the influence of the serials. I mean, I really don't think we'd have Star Wars or the MCU if it wasn't for the serials. And these characters, I mean, if you've never seen these things, for the love of God, find one. Look one up. If you're into those, heroics and mystery men and stuff like that, look these up. Because anyone who existed from that time you could think of most likely had their serial. Batman, Superman, Captain America, Captain Marvel, the real one. Zorro, the Phantom, the Shadow, the Green Hornet, Flash Gordon, Dick Tracy, everyone. Guys I'm forgetting here, guys I'm not mentioning. But they're really fascinating stuff. The Rocketeer, cliffhangers, chapter plays. It's they're really fascinating medium. As far as Batman goes, Batman is terrific. I haven't really talked about Lewis Wilson, but Lewis Wilson was really good in this. I liked him as Bruce Wayne. He's the youngest actor to ever play Bruce Wayne, by the way, at only 23 years old. I mean, God, that's like... I think the kid from Gotham's older than that now. And and he's really good. He looks great as Bruce Wayne, not so much as Batman. Batman, the suit doesn't fit, and keeps constantly getting in his way. Every time he does something, he's constantly checking his ears to making sure they're not sliding one side or the other. Oh man. But it's essential. You gotta see Batman. You gotta see the original serial Batman. Even though, frankly, I don't want to come out and just say it, the bad guys are pretty fucking racist. It's pretty racist depiction. I know, we were at war with them at the time, but damn, it does not sit well. Not just doesn't sit well now. It didn't sit well when I first saw this as a kid, like 30 years ago. Yeah, it's cringy, the bad stuff, the bad guy stuff, but at least it's not forgettable like the sequel. Anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. There are 7 more of these to come. I plan to have all of these out and done by the time The Batman hits theaters, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing Paul Dano's take on the Riddler. I'm Jake Davis. I'll catch you on the fly. I hit the button.